What's up, beautiful people? It's your girl Tanisha coming to you again. How are you doing? Good. I'm glad. I really am. Chilling outside of Publix, getting ready to go in here and do a little grocery shopping at 8:46 in the morning. But I wanted to just come by and drop something in your spirit. A lot of people fail. But let me share with you the number one reason why a lot of people fail. The number one reason why a lot of people fail is because they're lazy. I know you're like, Tanisha, it's too early in the morning for you to be telling me about myself. Why are you saying that I'm failing because I'm lazy? Think about it. Most people who fail, they fail because they never begin. And if you never begin, that's because you're lazy. I'm scared to fail. No. You're scared to actually put one foot in front of the other. That's lazy. Well, Tanisha, I want to start the business. What's stopping you? What's stopping you? Well, I don't have this. So you don't have a means to get this? A lot of times we're just lazy. We don't want to put in the work. We don't want to research. We don't want to read. We don't want to ask questions. We don't want to just go to the location and find out something. We don't want to get in the car and just go and explore. We just rather sit back and just see what happens. And that's not how any of this works. None of this works that way. If you want to get something out of life, being lazy is the number one way to lead you towards failure. And I know a lot of times people want to be candy coating it and sugar coating it and saying it in a nice way. But if you really look at your track record, I'm going to use myself for an example. I've been on YouTube for however many years. And, I have about 6,000 followers. And that's good. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I should have way more followers than that. And the number one reason why I don't have more followers than that is because I've been lazy. I'm going to be honest with you. I've been lazy. I post videos and I interact with my subscribers and, I do what I'm supposed to do, but I don't do it consistently because I get lazy. I don't want to do a video right now. I don't want to put on makeup. I don't want to put on the outfit. I don't want to get up out the bed. I don't want to turn on the lights. I don't want to turn on my camera. Lazy. And so when I look at other people's YouTube channel and I'm just like, oh, they got 50 million subscribers. I'm exaggerating, but I'm just saying. They got 1.2 million and 3.2 million. I look at their work ethic and I see they're posting every day or a couple times a week or, they have a consistent schedule. They're always interacting with their subscribers or followers. They're not lazy. Their work ethic is impeccable. So I had to take a look at myself. Well, Tanisha, why don't you have 10,000 subscribers? I mean, you've been on here forever. And it's because I've been lazy. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start posting more. Half the time, I don't even know what I'm going to post about. It could be about business. It could be about relationships. It could be about life in general. It could be about, I don't even know what it's going to be about. I have some things written in my notes about things that I would like to talk about and things that I would like to post. So I'm going to just go with it. And I don't know where it's going to end up. It's hot in my car. Hold on. Sheesh. Whew. I don't know where it's going to end up. I don't know what is going to happen. But I'm going to do it. That's all I can say about it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to post about different things, whatever I feel led to post. And if you want to listen, like, comment, share, and subscribe, then by all means, I welcome you. And I'd enjoy for you to do that. But that's my own personal story. So then I would, because I'm a firm believer that I can't get on here and tell anyone about, okay, the hair just fell in my mouth. I can't get on here and tell anyone about what they're doing or why they're doing it or how they're doing it if I've not done any self-examination. So this is my self-examination. Other areas in my life that I just was lazy. Different things I didn't want to do. I didn't want to get up and go. I didn't want to, and it's no one's fault but my own. So I'm saying this to you because for a lot of you, that's your story. You didn't accomplish it. You don't accomplish it. You will not accomplish it because of the level of laziness. So you have to consciously look at your laziness and look at your slack and look at your slothfulness and say, you know what? I've got to do better. And not only say it, but do it. So there's a difference between me saying all day long, you know what? I'm lazy. I need to do better. Okay, we know that, sweetie. But now I have to do it. I have to execute a plan. So what is my plan? Well, I wrote out some different things that I'd like to speak about. I wrote out some different segments that I'd like to have here on my YouTube channel. I wrote out some different things that I see on social media. And I'm going to go with it. That's all I can do. I can just go with it. So what is it that has you in a place where you want to do better, you want better, you want to see a different result, but you've been lazy, and you can be honest with yourself? That is one of the most difficult things for a lot of people to do, is to be just honest with themselves. All year long last year, you lied to yourself. Well, I can't do it because of this. I can't do it because of that. I can't do it. And you gave yourself all of these excuses as to why you could not do what it is you know you need to do, or what it is that you know you want to do. I follow a lot of entrepreneurs online, and I'm just like, wow, they're doing big things. They're doing this, they're buying this, that. And you know what? It encourages me. For example, a young lady by the name of the real BB Judy, right? She bought an entire commercial complex. I'm not talking about a store. She bought the complex. So I'm sitting here at Publix, and there's a LA Fitness, a Publix, a beauty supply place, there's a nail shop, a massage shop, a furniture store, and I'm just looking at this, and I'm like, she bought an entire commercial complex. That is mind-blowing. But then I was going past my house, and I saw all of this commercial property that was empty, right? And I have a tutoring company. So I said to I got to thinking, I'm like, maybe I need to check out how much this property is, or at least how much it is to just start leasing there. And then from there, you never know where the opportunity will grow into. You never know what it will become. Like, I have a vision of what I want my company to look like, but it's so many unanswered questions at this point. It's so many unanswered questions at this point. But you know what? When I first got my idea, what I did was I got an LLC. I got my EIN. Then I got my business checking account. Then I got business cards. Then I got another set of business cards because I didn't like those. Then I got a website. After I built my website, then I got a 1-800 number or a Google number. Then I got to make sure I had my email addresses that were professional, at mybusinessname.com. Then I started contracting myself and my business out to bigger companies to build up my clientele. Then I started jumping online to see how I can draw more clients to me. Then I started learning about things like Google Analytics, and then I started doing things that I saw would drive traffic to my website. Then I started reading up on other tutoring companies and seeing what they do, and I see that there's this educational technology sector where a lot of people are doing a lot of online education. I looked into different platforms. So I'm doing all these things. And now that I think about it, I guess I am doing things. Okay. Sometimes you got to sit back and just think about, well, what is it that I've done? And while you're doing it and while you're in it, it doesn't seem like you're doing much. But actually, when you get back and you start rolling the tape, you're like, dang, I did do a lot. So my first year in business, my business alone, I made $20,000. That was my first year in business with this particular tutoring company. So, of course, I was doing other things on, over here or whatnot. But that was this particular business. Like, this is my baby. This is what I want to grow into what I retire off of. And not only retire off of it, but I can employ and empower other individuals. And that when my son gets of age, this LLC, by then I would have wanted to have taken it public to where it's a massive company. Like, I see so many other companies, and I even work for some of the other companies. So I see things even from the inside out. So that was in 2018 to 2019. So from 2019 to 2020, my company made $32,000. That was a $12,000 increase. Now, I'll get online sometimes and I see how some people are like, oh yeah, I made $1 million this year. I made $100,000 this year. I ain't made $100,000 with my business yet. Now that's my goal for 2020, to break my first 6-figure with this one particular business. So what I'm saying to you is this: stop being lazy. Stop being lazy in your mind. Sometimes it's not even a matter of being lazy in your body. It's sometimes just being lazy in your mind. I don't want to think through the process of going to the next level. I don't want to think through the process of finding this information out. I don't want to go through mentally what it takes for me to call somebody and ask a few questions. Stop being lazy in your mind, because that's where the battle takes place. It's in your mind. If you're not able to, one thing about it is, if something has your mind, it has everything else. It has everything else. It doesn't even have to worry about you because it has your mind. It already has won the battle because it has your mind. So I just would suggest, as practical tips, sit down and start. Me personally, I'm a writer. I like to write things out to see what's going on. How is it going on? Why is it going on? If you want to start something, whatever that something is, and it looks so big and it looks so massive, and it's crazy, even as I sit here looking at this commercial complex, I'm like, she bought a whole entire commercial complex. But then when I ride back towards my house, I see some other commercial property that's empty. So I'm like, is that a sign? Or, you know what I mean? Like, whew. I don't know, y'all. But what I do know this is that you have to put one foot in front of the other and just go. And just go. And you don't have to know all of the answers while you're walking. You don't have to know all of the answers before you start. You don't have to know all of the answers by the end of the day. It's going to be a day by day, sometimes a minute by minute, sometimes a second by second type of journey. And that's perfectly okay, because really I find joy in the journey, because I'm one of those kind of people, once I've accomplished something, I'm just like, all right, what's next? When in actuality, I should kind of like bask in what I have going on. But I don't know, that's just a part of my personality. I'm like, okay, that was awesome. What's next? But anyway, so I just want to come drop that in your spirit and share with you what's going on with me. And how my journey of not being lazy, not having excuses, not giving something else control over what I have going on. I've been on a journey of taking my power back in every area of life. And when I say take my power back, mentally, when things come against my mind, I have to take my mental back. When things come against me emotionally, and I want to lash out emotionally, I have to take my emotions back from whatever is trying to take me in that crazy direction. I have to take it back. Whatever it is that is trying to take me in a direction that no, I shouldn't go there. I don't want to go there. And so I have to take it back. Like, it was crazy. Like, I was in a 6-year relationship, right? And then it was just like one day. Now, granted, it was some things leading up to this. But it was like one day, I just was like, nope. And I took my power back. Because I had lost a lot of my power in that relationship. And a lot of it was self-imposed, so I'm not pointing fingers. But I had lost a lot of my power. I lost my mental power, my emotional power. I had lost physical, spiritual power. But I had to take my power back. And I did. And when I did, it was like the veil or the scales kind of fell from my eyes. And things that I couldn't see clearly, I began to see clearly. So I just encourage you that whatever your goal is, whatever your purpose is, whatever it is that you have going on in your life, that you seize the opportunity and that you focus on what it is that you have to do. Sometimes it's good to just write it out. Just write it out and see what it is. That's why it says write the vision and make it plain. Sometimes the vision be so jumbled in your mind. Sometimes the vision is so confusing. It's so big. It's so intimidating that it's like, I don't even know where to start. If you write it down, it's something about writing it down. Like, now, mind you, I've been tutoring for 14, 15 years. And I would have students who would try to just remember stuff. And your memory is good and it can take you so far. But when you start writing stuff down, it's something about writing something down that solidifies it in your mind. It's something about writing it down that I don't know. It's something about it just solidifies it. I might have to look that up. Psychologically, why is it that you can remember stuff better when you write it down, or if you're taking notes or situations like that? So I need to find that out for my personal well-being. But write it down. And so you can see what is it that I need to do. And then from there, you can start connecting dots, prioritizing. Okay, well, if I'm going to do this, well, then I need to do, what's the easiest thing? What can I start with the easiest thing, the cheapest thing at least? And then go from there. Write it down and at least see what your plan is. Now, once you've written it down, you can't just let it sit there on a piece of paper on your desk and never do anything with it. You now have to after you've written it down, you now have to take it to the point to where now you can, all right, well, I need to do this. I need to go here. I might need to do a little bit of research and this, that. You have to put your plan into action. And even if you don't have a whole plan, just do something. Check off something today. Check off just something. Get you some business cards. They only $5 at the cheapest. Get you a website. Like, my website only cost me, I don't know, $19. Well, no, let me stop telling stories. One of them is $24 a month and one of them is $33 a month. You spend that on frivolous stuff, food and coffee. So I'm just really trying to encourage you. Look, lay hold to that thing that has been on your mind and in your spirit that you've been too lazy to actually take the first step. Okay? Take the first step. Right? So again, this has been your girl Tanisha giving you a big hug and a little bit of advice. And until next time, love ya. Bye.